We are still, ironically, waiting for Joe. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway, welcome to Politicality. There is, ironically, quite a few things that happened this week that kind of surprised me. So, I guess let's go ahead and get with the news. Let's see who's all here. We've got Kelly, who's always here. Soot, hi. Hello, Average Joe. We've got Ember, we've got Jess, everybody. Hello, hello. So we are probably going to wait for a few more minutes. Um, just to let you guys know, we still have the art protest that's going on, and I don't know why my thing is being slow, but it's being slow today. So, yes, we have the art encounter protest that we are still doing, and we are still talking about. That's going to be on July 12th, and I'm gonna. It's gonna. I mean, it's either the 11th or 12th. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with dates. Um. Oh, it must sound choppy. Crap. It might be my mic. Hang on. Just nothing is going my way today, apparently. Hello, Seth. Yes, July 11th. I'm sorry. My dates are always I am not the best for dates, ironically. Anyway, we will be meeting at outside the Ark Encounter. We will be doing a huge protest. A big reason why it's really important is because they get a they've gotten a lot of tax breaks from the people of Kentucky, and it is quite obviously a religiously motivated thing, and we believe in separation of church and state. So that should they should not be doing that, and that should not be a thing. And they literally teach the like stupidest version of pseudoscience that there is. I'm sorry, but like there's nothing about the flood and that whole narrative that makes any sense whatsoever. The Earth is not 6,000 years old. It's just not. Um, and this is a huge problem because, as Joe has said before, and as I've also said as well, like we were both taught from what is it of Pandas and People, which is the Discovery Institute creationist book where they had the seed design proponentist in it. When they were trying to get rid of the creationist and put in design proponents, and they totally screwed that up. Um, anyway, as far as news that is going on lately, this morning, where did it go? This morning, Trump ordered that U.S. military is to shoot and kill Iranian small boats and choking the Strait of Hormuz. The thing with the Strait of Hormuz is even if it were to be completely open today, it's still going to take months to demine it. Um, I believe it was Hegseth said that they're going to demine it, which I don't know how they're going to demine it, considering the fact that they don't have minesweepers because Hegseth got rid of them last year. You also might have heard that Hegseth, not Trump, but Trump backed this, but that Trump had, or that Hegseth had fired the Secretary of the Navy during a naval blockade. I don't know how you make a stupider move, but apparently Trump was upset with him because he said something along the lines of, "We can't build battleships like the way Trump wants battleships. That's not the way warfare is done on the high seas anymore." Anyway, um, it's as fast as his popularity is sinking. it gets lower and lower and lower every day. One of the most amazing things that I've seen over the last 24 hours is I've seen a lot of MAGAs now who are very seriously questioning the Butler assassination attempt. If you've seen any pictures of Trump with his ear, it is quite obviously not a damn thing happened. I mean, I have more scars from having my ears pierced than he does on his from that attempt. So there's that. And we also have let's see. We have this that Trump put out this morning that says, I have ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any boat, small boats, although they may be. Their naval ships are all 159 of them at the bottom of the sea. That is putting mines in the waters of Strait of Hormuz. There is to be no hesitation. Additionally, our mine sweepers, notice of quotations, are clearing the strait right now. I am hereby ordering that activity to continue. But at a tripled up level. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. It's a little bit of a nightmare to even try and read any of his Truth Social. So yeah, I mean, there's no way that they are that they're demining anything. We don't have any minesweepers. There is no way that they're going, even if, like I said, even if they were to completely open the Strait of Hormuz, it's still going to take another at least 6 months for stuff to get moving the way that it should be. And the amazing thing about it is his approval rating keeps sinking lower. Every single poll I see, it's lower and lower and lower. I don't know how much lower it can get, but I don't think it's going. I actually heard somebody say that it could very easily drop into the 20s. This is the first time I thought that might actually be possible. That might actually be able to drop into the 20s. Either way, it's not getting above the low 30s at this point. I every single thing that he's done, there is nothing that anybody can say that has been overall a good thing. It's just everything that he's doing is pissing everybody off. Even people that he originally had their support doesn't have their support like he did. Even if you supported some of the more horrific things that he's done this term, they cannot lie to you about your pocketbook. You know how much money you make. You know how much gas is costing. Him sitting there saying, "Oh no, gas is $2 a gallon." Bullshit, it is. I live in Texas. We are somewhat, in certain areas, kind of insulated from gas prices going crazy. Like, I've seen it's up to like $6 in California, which is insane to me. It's about $3.50 where I'm at, so we're a little bit insulated, but it's still a lot more than we were paying. You can't lie to people about their pocketbooks. Another thing that is making gigantic news right now is Virginia and their redistricting. I have seen Republicans and MAGAs all over the place scream bloody murder about, oh, blah, 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 they're rigging the election, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep in mind that this whole redistricting thing that California and New York and everybody else has done only started after he said that he is entitled, that after Trump said that he was entitled to 5 more seats from Texas. Texas, who did not put this up for a vote among the people, just did it through their legislature as they always do, redistrict, and then it got struck down because of how horrific it was. And they also made no bones about it that it was purely partisan. That yeah, we can gerrymander based on partisanship, sure. The point that I made with California doing it, one, they did put it up for a vote, and two, it's got a sundown provision on it. Texas's does not. Also, it was North Carolina and I can't remember what other state, but there was another red state that did the same thing. Just mid uh midterm redistricting. Usually you only redistrict every 10 years after the census, but of course they decided to do it midterm and yeah. So anyway, and the interesting thing about Texas and living in Texas, I can say this, is that they might have screwed themselves over because there's this whole thing about that they took a bunch of they did eliminate a bunch of blue districts, but they took a bunch of hard red districts and turned them into light red districts. And as much as the Republicans would love to right now, you cannot separate the Republicans from Trump. Can't do it. Yes, AJ, I absolutely agree. Texas sucks. That is one reason I am looking very forward to getting out of here, and that little Texas won't be there for that much longer, thankfully. Luckily, I grew up in a fairly blue area. I live in massive MAGA country at this point, to the point that I am one of the few very open Democrats that I say Democrats. I'm one of the very few leftists I know. I vote Democrat because I don't really have much of a choice. But I'm also pretty much one of only two atheists I know out here. So yeah, I live in a incredibly red, very, very churchy area. But the thing is that the Republicans are whining and screaming about all this redistricting. At least the Democrats put it theirs up for a vote. And the people voted on it. Not the legislature, not the incredibly red legislature, but the people did. Yeah, Houston is relatively blue, but I'm on the outskirts. Yeah. I grew up in Dallas. I was actually right on the edge of what would be Jasmine Crockett's district. But now I'm I live in one of the I live in one of the reddest areas in Texas. So um also the Senate adopted the GOP budget, which lays the groundwork for funding ICE and to reopen DHS. Needless to say, that's not a good thing. Also, there was a I just heard ding. Or was that me? Let's see. So there is a thing to say that the Justice Department is reclassifying state license medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug. That's not going to change a whole lot, to be honest. It's still federally illegal, and then there's still states like Texas that are pretty hardcore with it. Texas actually just changed their laws and made it even worse. What did I drop out? Okay. Um, let's see. Also with with the war in Iran, keep in mind that there's been that's now two. guys that have been fired. That secretary. Hey, there you are.
What's happening?
Hey, I have been going through news on my phone.
I'm so sorry that I'm late. I was actually prepared to do this and like was just waiting to get ready to set up and fell asleep like while I was waiting. Uh, and then Laura was going out the door to go to one of her friends' house, and she was like, it was like 1:15, and she was like, "Don't you have a show or something today?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, probably a good idea."
Yeah,
That's the level of professionalism we have here, though. So
I didn't have a whole lot other than the shit that I already talked about, so I was kind of scrambling. So I'm glad you're here.
yeah, I I mean I've been up all morning and stuff. It's not like I was like I was up. I was just bored waiting to get ready to set up for the show and fell asleep. And but here we are. Uh, Thank you for going on without me, though. That's
No,
perfect.
I wasn't gonna sit here and make the good people wait that long. At least I could say what was going on. At least I could tell them the news that was going on. So
Yeah.
there is always that.
All right.
And now I can
Well,
actually get my chats up, so I can actually see what's all going on.
I
Yay!
have to fix the volume real quick. So you go ahead, and I'll join in just a
Okay.
second.
Um. Yes. So. Let's see what else. Sorry. I had. The U.S. seized another oil tanker as peace talks with. By the way, did anybody see the new troll video that Iran released where it's Trump sitting at a table and they keep saying like we're negotiating with Iran and there's nobody on the other side. It's I have no love for Iran. I would say that, but their troll game is kind of on point, especially with Trump because you know it's pissing him the hell off.
Yeah, and those songs aren't bad. Like
No
the,
kidding.
like just
I
if
hate
we're
Iran. Like
yeah,
I do, but
if we're being real about stuff, I mean, like they, I don't like Iran. I like Iran less than I like Trump, actually. But um, they've got his number, that's for sure. And they crank those things out like it's nothing. Like they've already made one about Cash Patel being drunk and all that stuff. Like um, yeah, but
yeah. Oh, see. This is what I hate about this administration and the way that this news cycle is. I completely forgot about the Cash Patel being drunk all the time story.
yeah.
There's just it's a it's a fire hose of bullshit, which is exactly the thing that they want. But oh my god, they're so last I saw there's like 3 or 4 people who are like on the like top 3 list to get fired and Cash Patel is right up there.
Oh,
Like
I would say Cash Patel uh, is out soon.
yeah.
They just now got around to firing that the Secretary of Labor lady that was like a drunk and
I'm I'm honestly kind of surprised they fired her because she does that is not a high profile person and like it's one of those things as much as Trump liked firing people I think he would fire somebody who's a little bit more high profile um but
well
I'm But the thing is they had this whole thing about not firing anybody his first year because they were like, we're not going to do that we're not going to do that. We're not going to be the, revolving door, blah, blah, blah. And of course, the second that year is up, they start firing fucking everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and this is what Trump. Well, not as far as waiting through the first year, but I mean, he says I surround myself with only the best people, and then has to fire them all because they're incompetent,
Yeah.
inexperienced, corrupt. I mean, right now there's. I look for more news on this insider trading thing that's going through the news right now to
Yeah.
be a bigger story than it has, because I think that many of the things that Trump does has been about manipulating markets. But we'll see what happens with it. But as those things happen, people are either fired or anybody who has any sense resigns. I mean,
Yeah.
the all these top generals being fired and or resigning. There's a reason for that. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like it's I can understand why he's got to be the hardest, and I've had some bad bosses. Holy shit, he's got to be the hardest motherfucker to work for.
oh yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, like, I mean, like it's been shown over and over and over. Like, dude, the dude has fucking lost his mind. Point blank period. Like, even like hardcore Republicans are starting to question whether he's capable. And the resolution that Jamie Raskin did that said that he needs to have a full cognitive workup, I want to say like that's supposed to be done like today, and like the deadline's tomorrow or something like that, which of course they're not going to do it, but it makes a point.
They won't do it just because it
No,
was
they won't. They won't,
requested by
but it
Democrats.
makes a point too. It makes a point
Yeah.
considering the fact of how horrifically unpopular he is. I mean, I don't know. Like I've said, and I've said this several times on here. I have not seen a Trump flag, Trump hat, Trump sticker, nothing. I haven't even heard anybody say a good word about him for probably the last 4 months. Nobody is happy with this shit. Nobody is.
Yeah. I keep meaning to get down because there's a guy down the road here, a MAGA guy that
Yeah.
said I could sit down and interview him on camera, and he's a big time Trump supporter, and he's still a Trump supporter. I've been trying so hard to get down there to talk to him. I just know that it's going to be like emotionally exhausting for me, so I've kind of
Yeah.
put it off because
Yeah.
it's
I
hard
don't
to
blame you.
like. Well, I mean, it's hard to have a conversation with someone who is going to say some terrible stuff. Like, I know
Which is why I don't do it.
at least once during our conversation, he's going to take a shot at probably trans people. I mean, he's a Trump supporter through and through, and that's who they are. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, but no, but you're right. Like, it's hard to find anybody who even like that apologist guy that I like talked to, debated here like a week ago. Um, of course, he's an apologist. He's a right winger, but he's like I don't like Trump. I'm not happy with. I used to be a Trump supporter. I'm not happy with Trump at all. Like, um, and the Christian right. That's kind of their base, their bread and butter, right? Like
Yeah.
they've but Trump here lately too has came out and said all this crazy shit about religion too. Did you see him trying to read a Bible verse? It's pretty bad. But no, you're right. Like next to nobody supports Trump directly. Now that doesn't mean they won't vote for him. That doesn't mean they won't, because he's a Republican still, and the Democrats are still evil. They probably, many of them probably view it kind of the opposite of the way that we view Trump. Like, I don't like the Democrats. I think the Democrats suck. I think
Yeah.
they're awful.
They do.
And that's a whole thing we can talk about sometime. But like, to have that conversation,
Yeah.
we have to dig into policies and like why and where they didn't do this
Yeah.
and that. That's not the same conversation we have when we talk about why the Republicans are bad, right?
No.
And so, but
yeah.
I think many people on the right, though, they see it just the opposite. Like, we're voting against Democrats because the Democrats are so bad. Joe Biden did all this awful illegal shit.
Yeah. This is why, like, okay, so in Texas, and I use this example specifically, but in Texas, like, Beto came very, very close to unseating Trump. It scared the fuck out of the Republicans here. Just because he came that close. And people were like, well, why did he lose? Or why did the next guy lose? And here's the thing. Cruz is unbelievably unpopular here. Nobody likes him. I have not met a single person who actually likes Cruz. Same thing with fucking Paxton. Everybody fucking hates Paxton.
Yeah.
The thing is that their whole thing is, well, we hate the other guy more. And
right.
Talarico actually has a chance to upend that and actually get the vote this time, so we'll see. And I won't be here, and like I have my qualms with Talarico, but at the same time, like, having Kim Paxton in the Senate is just like a fucking nightmare that I don't even want to think about. Well, so
I actually,
if it's Talarico, I would vote for him.
I actually brought a clip related to this. If you'd like to see it.
Go for it.
Let's see. Let's see here. Media share. It's there. Where is the one that I... Oh, here it is. Okay. So... let's see. Now, fuck Tucker Carlson, first of all. And this has been a number of places have talked about this. I grabbed this clearly off of the Modest Touch a few days ago before it made its rounds everywhere else. So if you've seen this, whatever, set through it again, I guess. But we're kind of using it for a different point anyway. One of the things that I said, and I'm sure Lil's had this conversation too, back before the election and things, is that accountability is coming for you motherfuckers. Like, eventually, like, you're going to have to reconcile that you did this and the mess that you've made. And, you don't get to say we didn't know and whatever, because we've told you the whole time, this is what he's going to do. He said this is what he's going to do. And everybody said, you do that, it's going to be a disaster. And here we are. So this is about a minute long. I'll just let the whole thing play. Maybe we'll see.
And everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway, but the question does present itself immediately, like, what is this? Was this always the plan? You don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but like, clearly there were signs of low character. We knew that.
Yes.
But it didn't, there are tons of people of low character who like outperform their character. It doesn't have to be.
Sort of the norm, actually, these days, I would say.
I've outperformed my character a lot. I don't have especially high character, right? But, you try your best. But But what was this? Was this always the plan?
Looking back after the last year and a half, it seems like it kind of was. And it's easy.
And that's it, right? It was always the plan. You're muted.
You fucking who? Like, I have said this, and I've said this over and over. 2016, I can probably being the key word, give you a pass for voting for him. 2020, that's a lot harder, but some cases, maybe. 2024, if you voted for him, fuck you. I want nothing to fucking do with you. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Well,
I don't care. Bye-bye.
Here's the thing about Tucker Carlson saying that, though. It's like, you didn't just campaign for him.
No.
You used your platform to spread replacement theory and all these other racist and transphobic ideals, because that's what Trump was running on. Like, you don't get to go back and say, oh, my bad, forgive me, now that you're... And Tucker Carlson here lately has been a lot tougher on Republicans and has had a few, other than the whole world's controlled by demons and stuff like that. I mean, he's had a few takes where he gets things somewhat right. Like, but that goofy bastard, no love for Tucker Carlson whatsoever. And
none.
Let's be clear.
And like, it's him, it's Megyn Kelly, it's all these fucking Nick Fuentes who is fucking jumping ship. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I do not care. You fuckers got this guy into office. You guys have to sit there and you guys have to deal with it. Like, yeah. I mean, it's I mean, and it's one of those things. Like, I am one of those people who, yes, there are people in my real life that I have straight up and cut off because I'm like, no, you voted for him.
Yeah. Fuck Nick.
And like I said, the worst fucking excuse from somebody that I would have never expected to hear this from said that the reason they didn't vote for Harris was because they didn't like her tone. Like, go
yeah.
And you know what? And I'm sorry, like, you're bitching and moaning about your situation now. I don't have any fucking sympathy. I don't. Well, I don't.
Like, I didn't vote for Harris because, look, she laughs funny and she's that they said she wasn't black and things like all of these off. You don't get to go just because you don't vote for her, like, those awful things that you said and the reasons that you didn't don't go away just because you're sorry now, right?
I don't think that they would have had to stop Harris from launching a nuclear attack over the weekend.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't be in Iran.
That would have been a concern.
We wouldn't be in Iran. We wouldn't be in Venezuela. Those things, we wouldn't be part of Israel's war. In fact, I imagine Harris would be publicly condemning what Israel's doing. Ukraine wouldn't be in the spot they're in now. Things would be vastly different on the world stage. The awful racist behavior of the right, though, they want to turn around and say, okay, Trump's bad and I hate Trump now. That doesn't make all that shit go away. Like, no. You're still that person. Like, and that's the accountability I'm talking about. Not just, oh, I voted for Trump and I was wrong. Like, you voted for Trump and you based it on all of these racist, horrible ideals. He made you show us who you are.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's maddening that... And the thing that I think bothers me the most about it is that it came from some people that I would not necessarily have expected that to have come from. that they were just like, yeah, he was terrible. And I mean, these are people that I remember during the Biden years would sit there and be like, okay, yeah, that was actually a good thing. Yeah, he did good here. And it's just like, it seemed like there was a collective forgetfulness about how bad 2020 was and how bad COVID was. Like, do you guys not, like, and I keep telling these people, I'm like, do you guys not understand that we had the most COVID deaths in part because of the fact that our fucking president didn't fucking take it seriously? Do you guys remember the fucking, like, bleach and UV light inside the body shit? Of course, they're like, well, I'm not sure if I remember that correctly, or I'm not sure if that was, like, hyped up or not. And it's like, I would show them the fucking clip of it. And it's just like, you guys are still voting for this fucker. Like, yeah, and you guys want to sit there and say, like, well, I don't like where Iran, or I don't like that he's doing this, or I don't like that he's doing that. You guys, like, go fuck yourselves, because you own every fucking thing that he did.
Yeah. You
You
were
own
okay.
it all. I have no sympathy.
At the very least, you were okay with all of these horrible things, right? Like that's I mean, that part you can't argue. At the very least, you were okay that all of this stuff was going on, that this was the position of the party you supported. You went and voted for these things. That's you know, because they're going to lie, of course, and say, "Oh no, I didn't support this and that," but Joe Biden was awful and all this. You voted uh, for scapegoating minorities and marginalized peoples. They hate certain minorities so much they're willing to sacrifice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's that's what I mean. Like you were okay with this behavior. And it's great that you don't support Trump anymore or whatever. But those things, like, we need to deal with that. Like, that is the rot that is in this country, that is in America, that needs to be dealt with. And I think my position is the way that you deal with that is through education, uh, and if you're not willing to do that, then I see it as you don't actually feel sorry about those things. You just
Anyone who bought into the fucking, we're gonna get into a war with Iran if Harris is president, she's gonna do this if she's president. Anybody who bought into that shit, like, go fuck yourself. Because it was very, I mean, it was not, I mean, I just, I have no sympathy. And, like, I'm sorry, but I have zero sympathy for anybody who helped put this fucker in office.
and how
All
many
of this shit is your fault. And yeah, you're gonna have to deal with me blaming you that for the rest of my life, at least.
how many of those people are just upset because those horrible ideals, Trump isn't conveying that position skillfully or adequately? Like, how many of those people are like, I voted for racism and hate and there's not enough of it? Like, we're in Iran, we're supposed to be hating people here, like that's a non-zero number.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like Demon said, I don't forgive shit unless you've shown you've changed. That is my one caveat with 2020 Trump voters. If you can show me, if you have it legitimately changed, and you've put in the work to show that you have, then okay.
Right. You
Like
have
I
to
said,
at least start with admitting that it's there, right?
yeah. Like I said, 2016. There's a decent number of people that I can give a pass. Granted, we had two horrific candidates. I fucking hated Clinton, and that was probably the worst vote that I ever cast. But, and I get it. Like, I can kind of, I don't, I still think the people who voted for him then are, like, ridiculous and dumb for voting for him in the first place. But there were enough people that were like, holy shit, we fucked up and we're sorry.
Yeah.
And have changed course since then. 2020, it's really hard for me to do that. In 2024, no. Like, sorry, bye. No.
Music by Brian. Democrats are not going to win unless they break their ties with Israel. They may squeak a majority in the House, but not both chambers if they can't show independence from a foreign nation. So
there's plenty that are starting to. So.
I would like to see that as well, Brian. But I think that
they
you're going to have
more.
so elections are mostly decided by swing voters, right? Like our country is, or at least was, split down the middle, and I think that you're going to have a large number of those voters and Republicans that are closer to center that are going center, not center, center that are going to vote against Trump, not necessarily for Democrats. Like I said, Democrats suck. Like they are not effective in governing, and so I don't know, Brian. I mean, I think you're right. I think definitely if they did this, that would be one of the things that would push it over the edge. And but also a lot of those Republicans that are going to vote against Trump that have moved towards the center are not going to be okay with saying anything negative about Israel, and that's why the Democrats aren't doing
it. This is one of those things too that's hard so for some Republicans, and you've even got fucking Nick Fuentes of all people who are like, vote Democrat. Simply because, and here's the thing, this is why I keep saying MAGA keeps fracturing. And a big part of it is because a lot of MAGA do not support Israel either. Now, they have their own, like, horrific reasons for not supporting because they tend to be anti-Semitic, but they don't want to support Israel either. And there's last I saw, there was a poll that said something like it was like 30. I want to say it was like 33. It might have been a little bit more than that, but there was like only 30% of people who support the Israelis over the Palestinians at this point. Like it's going to be a hard sell to continue supporting them like they are, no matter what, no matter who you are.
So, yeah, no, I agree. Music by Brian. In my opinion, the Kamala campaign decided they'd rather risk losing the whole thing to Trump than say one negative thing about Israel, save for the first couple weeks of her campaign. So, Kamala lost by a very small margin. And I think there's a number of things that if you take out of the equation that would have changed the outcome of the vote. And I think some of the bigger things have to do with misogyny, racism. There's, of course, the Christian right. There's a number of things that if you change this, that she ends up winning that election. And but this would be one of them. I mean, it was so close that this would be one.
Like she did not. It was not a huge margin. He does not have a mandate to do jack shit.
Seth will be here Sunday.
Yes, he will. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, I love having Seth on too. Seth, I don't get to talk to Seth enough. See, you don't know this, Lil, but me and Seth, whenever Seth first started doing this, or first started streaming, I guess, we hung out and smoked and talked a couple of times and stuff, and of course, like did the art protest last year. Yeah, and we did the art protest last year. There's a video of it somewhere, but you know,
Well, I'm
Seth
moving
and
every
I
day, so.
have been good friends and stuff. We don't get to talk often enough because he's busy and I'm busy, and you're taking up all of his time with your whatever. When are you moving across the country?
June-ish.
June. Okay.
June.
Okay. Well,
Yes, I'm moving across the country.
stop by Kentucky on your way. I know it's no, that's
I'm gonna be
incredibly
in Kentucky like a couple weeks after I move.
Yeah.
So
Maybe not. Yeah. Well, I look forward to hanging out with both of you, and we'll have some fun. I promise. And we're so just a little news on that. I haven't rented the Airbnb yet. It hasn't. Let me put it this way: the Airbnb has not been selected yet. But we're making sure that we got a big enough place with enough room and nice enough place and all that stuff. And um, it's things are shaping up to look pretty good. The art protest, let me tell you, like the Airbnb part of it is the funnest part, right? Like we hang out and we stay up late and talk, and everybody shares their stories. And I'm usually incredibly stoned, and Will is somewhere arguing with somebody usually. But in a good way. You're muted again. But I can't hear you. But anyway, it is a lot of fun. And anybody that came last time can tell you, like Kelly or Mandisa, you know, that there were Ember was there. You talked to Ember a lot. Ember will tell you we had a blast. Ember had to leave right after her speech. We actually stayed that night though too. So we had like an after party thing at Jim and Chrissy Hilton's. Are you back now?
am I back?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. And if you want to help out with it, there it is in the chat. $1, $2, $5, $600, whatever you want to donate. I gave away a set of the cards finally.
Yay!
Regios made a donation the other day, and Regios has made a few donations to it. So I just sent him the whole set. But yeah, you make a donation, I'll send you some collectible cards that have the speakers and the sponsors and stuff. And we'll eventually have cards with me and Lil on them if I can get rid of some of these. I'm going to let me announce this too while I'm at it. I'm going to go this week and print out these cards, physical cards. So you can make a donation, and I will mail you if you send me your address and all that stuff, which you can either do it when you make your donation or send it to me privately or whatever. And I will mail you a set of these cards. Or whenever you come to the art protest, I'll have a bunch of these with me, and you can get them signed by the people and stuff. And I can probably help you get some signatures that, like the Seth Andrews signature and GE and all that. If you, of course, if you talk to those guys, they'll do it for you. But I'm just saying, if you don't want to do that or feel awkward about doing that or whatever, I can get it signed for you for sure.
I'm not sure I can get the Seth Andrews signature, but I can get a Seth signature probably.
Oh, shut up. I'm just joking. Yeah. We may have to make a just one ambushed apostate card and give it to you so you can get it signed, Lil.
I can think of a few people who might want one.
Well, we could make cards for anybody that is for sure going to be there, right? Like the creators that are all going to be there and stuff. We could make up cards for everybody, but it costs money to do that, and yeah. So if you're a fellow creator and want me to get some cards made up with you on it that you can have for the thing too, you're gonna have to pay for that. But I'll do the other part of it, getting them printed up and stuff. But yeah,
They
little
do
card
have
for the
a
merch
merch
store.
store coming soon, and it will most likely be me and Ambush Apostate. We're going to throw all our stuff on the same one.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
oh hush!
this
You already have a merch store. I don't have one yet.
who?
You.
I didn't say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say. Why are you saying hush? I didn't say anything. Have a merch store. Go for it. I don't. Like I don't care. But I will say that these cards though are for fundraising for the art protest, so
Yeah.
they won't be sold elsewhere. But you want to do that on your own or whatever. Yeah, make you a card, whatever. But
I don't know. I don't know any liberal that supports Gavin Newsom, Brian.
yeah.
I haven't run into a single one that actually does.
Into a lot of liberals who basically the Nick Fuentes crossover team and they support Gavin Newsom. One of them gives a huge step back. Yeah. Gavin Newsom. I don't think Gavin Newsom's going to attempt to run for anything. I don't. I think that he knows.
Yeah.
I do support Democrats. It's not like I don't vote for Kamala
Yeah.
or Clinton, but I think the strategy of letting Israel corporations own the Democratic Party is dead.
Yeah. It's like one of my very, very good friends says, and I completely agree, is the Democrats might be fucking useless, but the Republicans are actively trying to kill us.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, and I understand, and this is an argument I have with a lot of people, that I understand the sentiment of wanting to vote for third party and supporting third parties, and I get that. But the fact of the matter is, the way that our system is right now is simply not going to allow for that. We have to change the system first. Like that's just the way that it's got to go.
On the most simple, again, let's reduce this down to the most simple position. You should be voting against Trump and Republicans for their positions, their hate, and all that. So, like, even for those people who don't support Democrats and don't like Kamala or some of the rising faces in the Democratic Party, I think Hakeem Jeffries is awful. I think Schumer is awful. I think there's a lot of Democrats that have horrible positions and are ineffective at governing. But regardless, let's pretend like the Democratic Party is a pile of boxes with faces on it, right? Somebody's drawn a face on a box. That's your Democratic Party. I would still vote for them because I would vote against Trump because there's no circumstances in where I'm going to approve of what the Republican Party is doing or what Trump represents. We would be better off with no government than the one that we have now. And that's kind of I know that a lot of people aren't going to agree with that position, but the alternative is voting for Trump, right? When you have a choice between the two things, this is the real dichotomy that you're faced with. I'm voting against Trump, and let's remember one thing that kind of fucked up the last election, at least early on. I'm going to vote for a third party because they are better on Israel. You're muted again or something, but
I will be right back.
Louder.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. Sorry. you know, the people that did that fucked things up, right? And like, you might as well, if you're going to vote for a third party in our current electoral system, you might as well just go ahead and vote for Trump, because that's what you're doing anyway. Like, or, you know, not vote at all if you don't want to, but you know, just keep in mind that it's because of voter turnout and because of people not voting or voting for third parties that Trump is in power. That's one of the reasons too. If you take that out of the equation, Kamala Harris is president right now. It's amazing how hopeless everyone is that we can actually get good candidates in office. So we resign to our shitty government. And I'm not, yeah, no, I feel you. And I wish it wasn't that way. There's people I support that don't. I think I think AOC is great. Like, I think Mandami is doing great stuff, although he's nowhere near running for president. But I think that my state has an awesome governor, even though he's like big time Christian and all that stuff. Like, I do, you know, I don't like some of his ideals based on religion, but he seems to be doing a good job. I mean, there's Democrats that I do support. It's just none of those are running because the Democratic Party is fundamentally fucking broken, and they're, instead of putting forward a progressive that's going to do progressive things, they're going to put whoever is closest to the center, and they're going to go even more center, because when they have this great opportunity right now to drag everything back to the right, or to the left rather, sorry. Every election, the window has moved further and further to the right. What used to be a Democrat, or what used to be the left and liberals, are now all conservatives that call themselves liberals. The progressives have a great opportunity to drag that back to the left this time, and by putting forward progressive candidates. Are they going to do that? Probably not. That seems to be their history. They're going to put in the most moderate person who's going to take the most moderate position that they can, and that's a mistake, I think. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I would love to have a candidate I could get behind, but again, you don't see that as at this point. That person is not emerging as a probable candidate. Does that make sense? Oh, let's see here. I came in late today. Sorry, everyone, that I was late, but let me get back to. I lost my comments here. Amber, hi, good to see you. Deviant, good to see you. Kelly, Brian, thanks for the great commentary and stuff. If you ever want to come on and talk, Brian, you can. I'd be happy to have a conversation about this stuff with you. Anybody I missed out there? Seth, I seen you earlier, but I don't think he's here anymore. Thanks for coming, everybody, though, and I appreciate the input.
Hello, I'm back.
Who's Harlot?
Me.
Oh. When we spoke after our craft stream, I thought I'd be okay showing see myself on screen, but it threw me the worst loop. I felt like poo. Weeks, you know. Okay, that's to you.
Yeah, it was it's a thing from funnily enough, it was I think it was Mark Reed's stream that somehow or another he got I picked up the name Harlot, so
Yeah.
And she got Diva, so
Yeah. The yeah, I didn't know. I didn't watch that whole thing, so I rarely watch all of anything on YouTube. I'm usually the thing is, by the time I can sit down and focus on something on the computer, it's usually I have 20 other things that I have to do. So I'm like listening to the streams while I'm doing stuff, and yeah, so I miss a lot. And
It was a damn good interview, by the way.
Mark Reed's great to talk to. Like,
Oh yeah,
one of my favorite people that I've ever had on the channel is Mark Reed.
yeah.
Him and I just we I don't know, we do well. Mark's just easy to talk to, I guess. But
By
yeah,
the way, the quote that I gave about Democrats and Republicans actually trying to kill us, that was from Ember, and I love that because I quote her all the damn time, like to everybody about that.
yeah,
So all credit goes to her for that one.
yeah, yeah. Ember has some great takes on things. Ember,
Ember is fucking awesome.
Ember,
Go sub to her like now.
Ember was our first speaker at last year's art protest, and just kicked it off perfectly. Gave an amazing, great speech that got everybody going, and then she had to leave. And
I'm so jealous I wasn't there last year. I wanted to go.
Got to spend some time hanging out with Ember, and she gave a great speech, which, you know, I kind of knew what she was going to say ahead of time, at least what the subject matter was going to be, and was looking forward to it. But yeah, she killed it. She did amazing. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the ARC protests, like if you noticed at the very beginning, I was kind of hyping up the church and state thing. If you want to go over to my Seth's channel, which I just put the link into the Kentucky Atheist chat, on his channel is the first episode of Candle in the Chaos. We actually talk about separation of church and state and how Christian nationalists are trying to essentially do away with that.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I went and talked to Adam on that Truth Over Tea channel the other day, one of the first things that came up was like, "Oh, you're doing this art protest. What's the deal?" You know, and the go-to thing in the chat from the Christian viewers, this is a Christian apologist channel. He streams on YouTube and TikTok and whatever, but one of the things that I seen going through chat was separation of church and state is to protect the church, not the state.
Yeah.
Which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard said, because they made those laws. That was part of the framing of how to govern the state, not the church. Like, the laws weren't made for the church; they were obviously made for the state. Like, but you know, people say stupid things all the time. Even if there may have been some of that in it, you don't get to then. It's crazy to me. Oh well, separation of church and state applies when we want to protect the church, but whenever it's the church doing something to the state, we'll look the other way because that's not what it's for. That's not. You can't operate like that, because then we have to ask, who decides when it's okay, and by what methodology do they arrive there?
And this is a point that me and Seth make on there is regardless of, and this is even, you can even see this happening in the government now, is like there is a ton of like there was recently a thing with the Pentagon where it said for like Easter that said no Catholic mass. But the thing is that the Christian nationalists who are actually in the White House, like DJ Vance for instance, are fucking Catholic. Like, which version of Christian nationalism are you going to follow? Because I guarantee you it ain't gonna be yours that wins out.
Well, ever since like Kennedy, the Catholics have kind of gotten their claws into that. And
But one important thing is, since is DJ Vance is a completely different type of Catholic than
oh
Kennedy
right,
was.
he's like a Pete
Like,
Hegseth Christian nationalist. Like
yeah, but Pete Hegseth is like a Protestant Christian nationalist and absolutely despises Catholics. So
yeah, well, I mean, just in methodology, like he's
yeah,
um, aggressively Christian nationalist.
there's at least there's at least three. So there's the Catholic Christian nationalist, and there's at least two different, very distinct veins of Protestant Christian nationalism, and then there's all the other ones. Like there's Mormon Christian nationalists and JW Christian nationalists, and so it's kind of there's several different veins. And whatever particular brand of Christian you happen to be is probably not going to be the one that wins out.
Oh right, no, like it's the it's kind of funny because often whenever you talk to Christians, you have to, like, this No True Scotsman comes up where it's like,
Yeah.
well, they're not real Christians. They all feel that way about everyone else. And they feel that way within their own denomination too. Like within their own churches, they feel that way. One of the things that I think is crazy is like, so the other day, remember Pete Hegseth quoted Pulp Fiction and thought it was a Bible verse. He repeated a fake Bible verse from
Yeah.
cult classic movie.
There's a little teeny part of it that's based on an actual Bible
Oh,
verse.
sure, it's related. It's adjacent. It's Bible adjacent.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody's like, "Oh, he quoted Pulp Fiction," and the bigger question should be, why are we quoting Bible verses when we're talking about war?
Yeah.
Like, why is that a thing? Why are we invoking religion into a war with an enemy that we know looks for any reason to call this a holy war?
Yeah.
That like that, all that does is provokes more extremism among the Muslim community.
Yeah.
Because Pete Hegseth doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and
No.
he's an idiot. That's why. He follows people like Doug Wilson, of all fucking people, man. Doug Wilson is so bad. Like,
Oh, he is awful.
and
Like,
I mean, what is Doug Wilson known for? What's he known for?
that women shouldn't have the right to vote.
He's known for being a misogynist piece of shit, right? And interview after interview, you go look up Doug Wilson. Go look up Doug Wilson's ministry. Any interview you see is going to be about them saying how women shouldn't have the same rights as men. That's what he's known for. So why then? Why then is Pete Hegseth putting this forward? Mind you, rapist Pete Hegseth that paid off his victim.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that should be enough. That alone, like, okay, Nixon lost the presidency. Nixon lost the presidency because he was sweating during a debate, because he was ill prepared for one debate, the first televised debate. It cost him big time. Any other election that we've had, if you had, I'm going to put somebody in charge of the Department of Defense, because Department of War isn't a fucking thing. I'm going to put somebody in charge of the Department of Defense that's a rapist. I'm going to put somebody at the head of
our president is a rapist.
DHS or RFK is in the cabinet. The any one of these things would have.
This is the sex offender cabinet.
Oh, sure. Any one of these things would have disqualified the person who was doing that as president. They would have been kicked out of office immediately for this. But Trump has set the bar so low that all of a sudden it's acceptable to do these things.
Yeah.
I wish he stayed in his cabinet. Yeah. It's Pam Bondi, like before she ever took the position. Remember, they wanted Matt Gaetz to do it. Rapist also. Pam Bondi took money to cover up for child trafficking and stuff. She covered up for Trump. She was the attorney general in Florida when Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking children through Mar-a-Lago.
Although I do know something about Pam Bondi that is actually really funny.
She sucks at men.
No, so obviously like she was attorney general of Florida, but apparently the Florida GOP had to keep her under wraps because she is very, very, very anti-gun.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's one of those things. Like,
they don't actually support the values they claim to support.
No, they don't. Right. They don't.
They're fake as fuck.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I know. And here's the thing. Like, I know leftists who are very anti-gun. I know some that are pro-gun. I know most of the ones I know are like, can we at least just have common sense stuff going on here?
Yeah. That thing about them not supporting the values that they claim to support, that is the angle that I will continually take with every right winger that I interact with, because it destroys them.
One of the most completely pro Second Amendment people I've ever known, which ironically was one of my physics professors, which was probably one of the most right-wing people I've ever done, or that I've ever known, is that I've ever had anything to do with. But I actually had a conversation with him that, and I'll give him credit for this, he actually was so Second Amendment that he thinks that private citizens should have nuclear weapons.
That's dumb.
I'll give him that he stuck to his guns on that one.
Yeah. That's,
It's fucking crazy, yes, but at least he's stuck to his guns on that.
I mean, I think it demonstrates the issue with
insanity. He should not have been a physicist, by the way. I don't know how he got his PhD.
Well, I
know a lot of people who have PhDs who probably shouldn't have them.
It demonstrates the issue with trying to take what was the spirit and the idea that the founders had with the Second Amendment and apply it to a modern society that has technology that they didn't know would ever exist, right? Like, whenever the Second Amendment was set up, it was so that the American people could protect themselves against a tyrannical government. It wasn't meant that you can, nuke people. And I think it demonstrates the absurdity in trying to take that and apply it literally to a modern society.
Yeah. But, I will give him credit that at least if he was like, nope, you should be able to own anything whatsoever, I'll give him credit that he at least was...
I'm pro Second Amendment.
Yeah.
But I'm pro Second Amendment in the way that, in the spirit of the Second Amendment, not in the literal reading of it. It's the same thing we deal with apologists, right? Like, you have biblical literalists, or at least they claim that, like Ken Ham, which it makes it crazy when you try to take this ancient document and apply it to a modern society. What's up, Maya Atkinson? Good stream earlier. I came and watched a little bit.
Me too.
Good to see you, Maya.
How's it going?
We haven't got to talk in a while, Maya. We'll have to make that happen sometime. But you can't. That's the crazy whenever, because I had on this very show had a second amendment debate with a right winger, right? A right wing atheist, and that's the thing is whenever you have to understand what they were trying to accomplish with the Second Amendment. Now it says what it says, and you can't. I mean, you can't argue that it doesn't say that, but the fact that they didn't know that we would have nuclear weapons and 30 millimeter cannons and stuff like the weaponry that we have now for war was not even imagined at that time that
Yeah.
they were making those.
They have
So,
muskets.
there's average Joe atheist listening. What's up, Joe? Be good today. But
He was here earlier.
it's absurd though to try and take a document that was written for a specific time for a specific reason, and then just apply it to everything. And
yeah, and the thing about, and here's the thing that I get that I don't have a problem with people who are quote unquote constitutional originalists is the fact that like the Constitution was it was written and it was meant to be amended by the fact that we have amendments to it.
yeah, they set up a process so that we
they knew it was not a perfect they knew that the Constitution was imperfect. They knew it was going to need to be changed, and they allowed for it.
Let me go back to the analogy of the biblical literalist, though, just because I have experience in that area. So the Bible was used to promote and create what was the chattel slavery of the United States. The Bible was used to support that. That's how they argued it, literally. That's how they did it. Later, many of the abolitionists used the Bible to condemn slavery. Now, moving forward, we, as a society anyway, we know that how awful that is, right? So our moral position advanced not because of the Bible, but in spite of what it says. And so you should take the same thing and apply it to the Constitution, right? Like we have to advance our ideals and make those changes as we go, or we're going to do awful things with it, right? And that's what's happening now. Is the loopholes in our Constitution that don't apply to a modern society are being used to fundamentally destroy our government and our country. So I think it's a good analogy. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Because I pulled all that out of my ass just now. Oh, Tori's thanking Maya for her stream. I didn't see your stream last night. I seen a thing today. Or maybe that was from last night, wasn't it? It wasn't today. I just watched it today. I think that's whenever I fell asleep for the show, I think that's what I was listening to whenever I fell asleep. Not that Maya put me to sleep, just that I'm old and
you need to start saying alarm or something.
Yeah. Look, my sleeping habit, you would be amazed that I'm even conscious for any show. I sleep about 10 hours a week. Like I don't
sleep much more, so
I have real bad sleep apnea, and because I'm fat as fuck from sitting on my ass after having heart surgery, and so, and then I can't, like the CPAP thing I can't do because it makes my insomnia worse. They won't give me any kind of medicine to make me sleep because I have a history of being a fucking junkie. So like, this is where we're at. Deal with it. That's kind of what they gave me. So yeah, that's a whole different conversation. We don't have to go down that road, guys. My buddy hasn't emailed you yet, but is wanting to. He would love to talk to you about the. Tell him to. I mean, I don't understand wanting to email someone and not doing it. I'll talk to anybody, Joe. Obviously, so tell him to get a hold of me. Stop putting donkeys in bathtubs. Okay, will do. Yeah.
I do have
Go ahead.
Considering the fact that last show we showed a very funny video
Yeah.
about something, there is a new one that was uploaded today.
You can play it if you want. I don't care, as long as you're not going to get me. As long as it's not going to be a copyright strike, I don't care what you put up.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a copyright strike. Hang on.
Whenever we go back to the other channel, just unhide your media share box, and it'll pop up over top of mine, and you'll be able to.
Let me find it. Here is this one. I sent you a thingy about it. But this.
Oh, are you sending? Okay, there it is. Never mind.
Did it show up? I'm not.
Yeah.
It. Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let me do.
All right, let's get this party started. I'm gonna start with.
Got the moves. They see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like the champ is back. I'm just a sexy boy.
Rebecca. You know how painful it is listening to this bitch? I want pay me. As much as I hate this raggedy bitch, she really do need some BBC though. Come on, y'all know some good dick would change this bitch's life. Definitely not volunteering. She's like not that good of a punching bag. I'm just beating up on a dumb lady. Ask yourself why. Is it really because she's a 6 that will smile at you? If you're just a 6 with a smile, am I just gonna... And I'm being generous with the 6, y'all. Yeah, no, I don't think Rebecca Davis is attractive. Rebecca Davis is trash when I shit on Rebecca Davis's sex life. Jay, are you saying that raggedy bitch Rebecca just has the sex life that's the equivalent of a fucking club saltine cracker with no toppings, broken up and crushed under the foot of an elephant at a zoo? Sex with her is much worse than this. Like, really, like, as boring as Rebecca Davis's OnlyFans would somehow be worse. It would somehow be more boring, less enticing. Can you wrap your head around the insanity it would be to try to be in a relationship with a person like this? I would be like, if I was with Rebecca, I'd be like, Rebecca, listen, I'm all about women's empowerment, baby. I think you are an equal. We're doing a new thing. You know what? I should have a man cave and you should have a woman cave. Wait, you know what? I should live in one state and you should live in another. Yeah. I know I make a lot of content about this raggedy bitch, and the raggedy bitch has like the attention span of a fucking goldfish, so I really can't expect her to watch my content. Sue, please calm down. I'm trying to figure out where you sent them to me. Where did you send them to? As like text messages?
Text.
No. How many times do I have to say no? My phone is not connected to the stream. I can't pull up shit on my phone.
You are in a fucking cult. Chill out. Violence happening in front of your face. Violence happening in front of your face.
I get Dr. Bundy. That Dr. Bundy, he is sharp. He is handsome. He is entertaining. And I heard the man got a dual PhD and he works a lot with computers and technology. I get it. Dr. Bundy kind of be sounding kind of brilliant. When you describe that Dr. Bundy character on paper like that, I realized that Dr. Bundy is a bad motherfucker. Rebecca's a raggedy bitch.
Oh, oops. I do not know why that started. Okay. But yes. So somebody else who probably is assuming that women should not quite have the right to vote.
Yeah.
Or at least some women. But yes, anyway, that was that had me cracking the hell up.
So
So
I'm going to do a stream here real soon. I haven't set a date for it. I guess I need to do that because I need to set up the fundraiser thing too. But we're going to do a fundraising thing with the speakers and stuff. But I'm going to set up a stream where we talk about parasocial relationships and about, like, because I think this is part of the issue. Like, Jay has a history of being, making atheist content, and he was, obviously part of many people's community and stuff, and at the time those things, I wouldn't have found some of that acceptable at the time though either. But anyway, like, this, keep in mind that, like, it's not the content that people make always, it's who they are, and sometimes they show you who they are in the content that they make. And yeah. So,
by the way, I will say right now, I have no idea who that account is, but whoever it is, nice.
yeah.
This is yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I just I don't know. It pains me to see things like that. Honestly, like, it just reminds everyone that, like, just because someone is an atheist and comes in
yeah.
this space and agrees with you on that one thing, doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you agree with them on everything. And you should be aware there's atheists that are pieces of shit in this community.
Yeah.
There's bad people.
This is what I keep saying. The fact that you're an atheist, all that means is that you don't believe in God. That's it. That's it. You could believe in anything else. That's the only thing it says, is you don't believe in gods. Point blank, period. People are crazy.
Yeah. Atheist is not a qualification.
No, atheist is not a qualification. Being a human is fine.
I had some hard lessons to learn along the way because of this, and I think we are all learning some things now about some of the people that we have ideas about, that because they go around saying one thing that you agree with, or maybe multiple things that you agree with, doesn't mean that they are necessarily who you think they are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, so early on, whenever I started streaming, I had this moment where, and I've called it a moral crisis, is what I've called it, because I realized that what I was doing wasn't really pursuant in what I actually value and feel. And so I had prepared all these things, and I wrote scripts, and I thought, like, I'm here to debate people. I'm here to argue with these apologists and things. And the whole thing with Matt Dillahunty on Modern Day Debates with Andrew Wilson happened. And it made me realize that I was setting myself up to be exploited for for an audience that didn't value the same things that I did, and that didn't reflect the community of people that I'd met and done shows with and things. Like, whenever I do a show and I have somebody on that immediately starts, like, saying things that I know that one of my good friends would not like, or whatever, I think about that, and I think about how offensive that is to other people. And I've had to stop and switch directions a number of times. I've kicked people off just like midstream that I like, because I don't give a fuck. Like, I could care less about this being a show and all those other things. If you come here and you start being hurtful to my friends, I will boot you immediately. The you know, it's not okay to do those things. For you know, just for the sake of content, right? Like, you know, like, I get like hyperbolic speech, like calling somebody a raggedy bitch or whatever, like, but whenever you put together all the things that were said there, it's a different picture, and that was all about one. I mean, it's not like this was quote mined or clip farmed, you know, like, it's not, they're not doing it just to paint a picture of him negatively. They're showing like the words that he says. And I, you know, whenever, because I started this channel, and up until I got like, right up until I got to like 500 subscribers, I just made recorded videos and edited them and put them out. I didn't even talk in the chat to people. I had never really done that. It wasn't until I started talking in the chat on the line during like an RFR fundraiser that I started meeting people, and I met Ember, and I met Robin, and I met some other people and stuff. And then whenever I started streaming, those people came around, and I got involved with what we call the atheist community. And I met all these people, and I met some really great people. I met some kind of shitty people too, but like, it changed my whole perspective on a lot of things, and I've learned about those things from this community. So then to go and turn around and do things that are, again, not in pursuit of the values that I actually hold, is something that I'm not capable of doing for the sake of content. Like, I can't fake that. But all right. People in glass houses. Yeah. Yeah, Dave. Yeah. Good to see you, Dave. I hope you're feeling well. Yeah. And Dave and I have talked about, Dave can tell you that I've talked about this for years. Like, this has been an ongoing thing, like, about this specific person too. Like, this has been something that has came up over and over and over. And last year, Jay contacted me and said, "Hey, I'd be interested in coming and speaking at the art protests." And I said, "Well, you know, you're you're an evolutionary biologist, like that. That's like, you teach evolution to people, where it's directly related to the thing we're protesting. I would love to hear your take on it." So we did, and we had a great time with Jay. Jay was awesome. We had a good time. He come and stayed at the Airbnb with us. We talked and had a good time and all that stuff. I mean, I don't take it lightly that these things happen, and that you find out more about a person than who you thought they were. And that's why I'm going to do this stream, talking about that exact thing, and how you know, because it can lead to bad things in a number of directions. Right. But
I mean, there's times where, like, friendships and relationships that you develop online can absolutely blossom into real life friendships and real life relationships. I mean, that does happen, but you do have to be careful about it.
yeah. Oh, thank you, Maya. That's kind. You're gonna make me tear up, Maya. Don't say things like that.
Just as the president. Yeah.
Yeah. Good shit.
If someone I mean, this goes for men, but I mean, it goes for everybody. If someone won't apologize and someone won't admit that they were wrong, that should be like the biggest red flag ever.
Yeah, like, so whenever so, and some of you here will know what I'm talking about, and some of you, Lil, you probably won't. But the Thomas Sheedy thing, whenever that happened, like I was ready. Like I was like, "Well, go guys, I gotta go because I gotta start a stream here where I try and fix this. I made a mistake, and let me try and repair this." And I had the other people that I was talking to had to tell me like, "Hold on, wait, like." Let us do this thing. Let us call him out publicly and get this on record. Like before you go and let him know that you know who he is and what he does and all this other stuff. And yeah, definitely. Like if I'm wrong about something, I don't care to be wrong about something. Like I may challenge you. Sorry, losing my voice. I may challenge you on that thing that I'm wrong about initially, because obviously I wouldn't be saying it out loud if I knew I was wrong. But like I'm always willing to look at another perspective and definitely evidence that shows that I'm wrong. But once that I understand, once I can see the evidence that I'm wrong, I'm no longer gonna be wrong, right? Like I'm gonna immediately change that position. I don't you know and my goals here are, while I love to see the channel grow and it makes me happy every time I see another subscriber added, like every time I see my numbers go up or whatever, like that makes me happy to see that and I get excited about it. But like, that's not the purpose. That's not like why I do this. Obviously, it's not. I mean, I know how to. I know how to like up the production value and do things and do other stuff, and that's just not. That's not the goal, though. My show is very, and all the shows that I do, for that matter, mostly are very community based, right? Like that is the position that I try to like. What's best for this community? What this community cares about? What affects this community? That's like the angle that I go for when I'm making content, and it disturbs me greatly when there are people who pretend to hold certain positions, especially whenever it comes to my friends, that then turn around and don't actually hold that position whenever challenged because of the awful ideals that they portray. And it hurts me. It does. It really does.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, whoever's making those videos, keep it up. We'll watch them. I don't.
I mean, yeah, I think it's something that needs to be highlighted. It
And
does.
yeah, I will never rehash the argument that they're making, like what caused all this, right? Like I will never do that again because it's.
You said what you needed to say.
Yeah, like my position isn't going to change any on that. Like, unless you can present something that's and that's the thing too. Like, aren't we supposed to be a community of skeptics? Like, forget the atheists.
Yes.
Like, aren't we supposed to be skeptics? Like,
yeah. And that's one thing that's been the most frustrating thing for me is that's one thing that I pride myself on, and I pride that I am part of this community of skeptics, and then to see people throw that out the window. Like, are you a skeptic or not? If you're not, just admit it and move on.
Yeah. Friends who abuse people for not agreeing with them are not friends. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that goes back to like you're my friend and you support the same things I do whenever it's convenient. But the moment that somebody disagrees with you, you take those very same issues and quit caring about them. And like, um, it it blows. Let's just call it like it is. Okay. I'm beating around the bush, and I don't usually do that. There's this particular group of people, and it's a particular group that existed before all of this, right? Like these people were all in a group before, and now, and they went out and they spoke out heavily and acted and sometimes in good ways against people who said transphobic things, and they were very supportive of the LGBTQ community and all those things until they held a position that someone disagreed with, and then it was okay to say transphobic things and to threaten people and to do all the things that they and that's where this whole like that's why you hear me say all the time that people don't actually hold the values that they claim to hold.
Yeah. And
And
see,
yeah,
this is the difference. Is it does not matter how furious I am at somebody, you're never gonna hear me be transphobic or like anti-LGBT with them. Like you're that's just not even something that would cross my mind ever.
yeah, like I would have never like I thought whenever that stuff happened, like because like we had the stream and he came here and stuff and like I showed the receipts for those things. And it's like I never thought that those same people would defend those things and like try to call me a racist for pointing them out. Like
Yeah.
I think I never thought that we would be in that situation to where like violence and transphobia, like I'm not supposed to say anything about it. Like
Yeah.
that'll never happen, by the way.
If you're a piece of shit person, I'm gonna call you out for being a piece of shit person. I'm not gonna. I like. Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not going
Yeah, like
to stoop to that.
my
level.
Maya,
Like,
my awesome take here, Maya.
yeah.
I was saying the other day, I'm not pro-trans because I have trans friends. They could all hate me. Being pro-trans is still the right thing to do. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human.
I just don't like. Look, the people who have been around me since early on in this endeavor can tell you that like I was very ignorant about a number of things whenever it comes to these things, and like, but none of that mattered really because I've always like I care about people, right? And that's what we're talking about. Ember said it a minute ago in the chat that it's about humanism.
Yeah.
And I just I have a hard time grasping whenever people act against what would be the humanist position, especially that claim to, the term secular humanism gets thrown around a lot by a lot of people who don't even know what it means and don't know what humanist values are and don't understand humanist other than okay, what's good for people, like maybe they get it on that very, very basic level, but it's that's why I've used that thing about values. That's why I've used that not to inform everyone else, but it's because it helps me to understand what's going on. It's I consider myself to be very good at reading people. Like I'm a pretty good judge of character and things pretty quickly usually. Because sometimes I get tricked too, like
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't. The thing is if that happens, you course correct and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
A person is happy to sit by and watch someone weaponize transphobia to hurt someone for disagreeing with them. Those people are not allies. Hot take. Whenever I did that stream, that's where all that came from, right? Because
Yeah.
I didn't have a dog in that fight, really. Like, I wasn't. And I even said a number of times, like, this has nothing to do with the topic that they're like trying to argue about. Like, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I care about that topic, but my existence here on YouTube has been about caring about something else, and it's the people. And so, I couldn't help but speak up and say the things that I said. I couldn't help but do it. Like, it'll always be who I am. Like, and whenever people do shitty things, like, I get people that message me about, like, the thing with Brainless, the the pedophile among us. I can't help but tell people about this danger that's. I can't help but say those things, and that's just who I am. The whole reason this political show exists is because these things affect this community and the people in it, and me and you and all of us, and it's very targeted at a number of people that I consider to be my friends and support them, and so I it's something I had to speak up about. And if you look at I didn't even talk about political stuff early on. Like, it was never even mentioned. Like, but
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that because I get asked a lot because I mean anybody who knows me and knows the other stuff I do, like I am neck deep in politics all the time. But the thing is that whether you like it or not, politics affects everything.
everything is
It
politics.
affects every single one of us.
Yeah,
in ways that you normally don't even realize.
I mean, we've always talked about. I guess we've always kind of talked about Christian nationalists, and because where I live anyway, and where a number of other people in this community live, hi circuit board.
Hello.
I mean, a number of people live in these areas where, like, for me, it's the fundamentalist population here, but they are the Christian nationalists also. Like, they are the Trump supporters. These things are not. The Venn diagram has a huge crossover, right? Like, they're one and the same. So I don't know how I can talk about one thing without getting into the other eventually. And the political side of it is where the real danger is right now, and where it's emanating from. Now, there is a bigger fundamental problem with the American people in general that support these things, and so often those two things end up being in the same conversation because of it. But yeah, we'll keep doing this. We're gonna. I may be late sometimes.
And by the way, I do not do very many live streams on my own, so I'm still kind of getting used to carrying it on my own. So sorry for the first 20 minutes, but I promise I will try to get better at it.
I'm sure. I'm sure you did wonderful, Il.
I was floundering a bit, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, whenever you have a plan and somebody doesn't show up to fulfill their part of it, it kind of makes it difficult to move on past that. Like, it messes things up. I'm sure you did wonderful, Il. I mean, if you look at what I do, like what we do, and I don't mean just me and you. I mean the people in the audience right now know who the we are, right? Like, um, I mean, I do the art protest because I think it's something that's really important. Uh, uh, it was the art protest was dead. It was. I now sound like Trump. Now we have the hottest protest. No, the this show and the things that I do in this space are all in pursuit of trying to make the world a little bit of a better place, right? Like trying to have an effect on just one person at a time, uh, to understand the issues that are here. And even if you don't, even if you're like a right winger that disagrees with me on most anything, if we can agree that
Yeah.
X is bad, then at least we have a starting point to have a
Yeah.
conversation. If we can agree on some basic
I mean,
definitions in terms of reality, like
yeah, I mean, even if it's just like basic definitions. I mean, you can even get into you can even have a starting point if like on the issues you okay. So for instance, I know somebody in my life that there are I can probably count on one hand the number of stuff that we actually agree on, like issues we agree on. But yeah, we can agree on basic definitions on stuff, and that's at least a starting point to start talking to somebody.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like it's crazy. Like so many people disagree that like racism is bad, or that it exists, uh, or that like what Israel doing is bad, and it's sometimes hard to find those things that you can eventually agree about and start a conversation.
Yeah.
But that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Because through discussion, even though it's us just discussing our perspective and point of view on what's going on in the political world, um, it gives you the context to better understand where we can start that conversation at. And so you're finally here in chat, Dave. The show's getting ready to end.
But we love Dade. Dade is awesome.
Yeah, I do love it. I got to meet Dave last year too.
I am so looking forward to meeting everybody at because just in case you don't know, me and Seth we're going to the art protest, we're going to NailCon, and we're going to Rocket City, and so like I'm so excited to see everybody. Like it's gonna be fun.
I'll be, of course, at the art protest, obviously, but and then I'll be at Rocket City. I won't be at NanoCon. I don't have plans to go to NanoCon. These events are tough for me to pull off, actually, but yeah.
If I can pull it off and moving halfway across the country, at least put in a serious effort.
There will be an attempt because I would go to all these events if I can make
An
it.
attempt is all I ask. The art protests are going to be awesome. We are doing Politicality live, so that should be fun.
Yep, we're gonna do a live show. We may have to work out some details of that because I'm not sure. I may end up having to like MC this thing too.
Well, if you have to MC it, I'm pretty sure that I can grab other creators.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I know.
I know I can get at least one to co-host with me.
I mean, we're going to be covering the art protests to some extent anyway, so I can definitely be in and out. Like it's, I can, and I mean, hell, you can record that part of it too if you want. Like,
I might even be able to pull Dade in.
I mean, I can probably MC it while I'm on camera. I imagine. I don't guess
Or
one.
I don't know if Ember's going to be there, but whoever's going to be there, if you're a creator and you might need to co-host a little bit, let me know and I will see because I will be there.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Call
gonna
me.
be. Hey, this is gonna be big. There's a lot of people coming to
It's
this.
gonna be fun too.
Seth
It's gonna be a blast.
Andrews and No Illusions are heavily promoting this thing. Although they're like,
It's the 12th,
never
right?
mind.
It's the 12th, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
said
the
the
art
11th
protest.
earlier. I'm sorry.
The 11th, the 11th is when Seth and Noah will have a speaking thing in Cincinnati. That's why we're staying the whole weekend, because there's stuff going on all weekend. So you get to see Seth and Noah speak at 2 different events. Um, the art protest is completely free and community funded. So there's a link there. Go donate $1. I'll send you some collectible cards. If you donate,
If
go
there are
donate.
enough cards, you might get a little card, and if you do, I will sign it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that's not a big draw, but whatever.
When I go to print out the physical copies of these cards, I'll have the other ones ready to print also. Like I'll do it all at once. So those will come out whenever I go to print them. But yeah, there's a link going through chat there. Help us out. Send us $1, $5, 50 cents, whatever. Completely community backed event. And as long as the community continues to back it, we'll continue to do it. All right. Tomorrow or Sunday, Seth will be here. You guys got a show before that, though, don't you?
We are. Things got a little weird. We're filming, I believe, Saturday. So depending on how that goes, it will be out sometime next week. This time around, since we alternate, the outtakes will be on my channel, and the actual episode will be on his channel. It's going to be covering Christian nationalism and toxic masculinity. The one after that is covering women's issues, which will be on my channel. So that there's a lot to cover. Also, if you've seen Candle in the Chaos and there's a specific topic that you're super interested in, send me a message on Discord. And we're happy to have guests. So
Yeah, I'll have to come do one of those. Maybe.
we already did separation of church and state. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys are absolutely more than welcome to just send me a message. I am all over the place on Discord. You can find me on the Kentucky Atheist Discord. I've got my own Discord, which is not that popular, but I'm there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely subscribe over at Lil's channel. If you're over there, subscribe here. Seth will be here Sunday, Candle in the Chaos. We're always up to something. Right now, I've got, so that debate I had, or discussion I had with that Adam from Truth OT ended up being one of my best, like, performances as far as, like, content. Like, the discussion was really good and stuff. So we're going to have another one. We're going to do it on this channel. That'll be coming up here in the next couple weeks. It'll either be on the 1st or the 8th of Friday, and it'll be Friday evening at like 7 p.m. that we'll do it. So look for that. I'll post it as soon as we get something set in stone. One of the best discussions I've had with considers themselves an apologist. And if you're other creators, if you want me to come talk about the art protest on your channel, even for a few minutes, get a hold of me. I would love to do that. I will talk about the art protest as much as anyone will let me. Yeah, get a hold of me for that. And if you want to come be a guest on Politicality and talk about political things in this country, and even international political topics are fine too. may not be as well versed on all of those things, but we're willing to do that as well. Trying to kind of concentrate on what's going on in the United States right now, but don't care to have those conversations too. Yeah, Average Joe was there at the debate. He said I did a great job, and he argues with me about everything on here. So it must have went okay. The problem of deception, folks. Look it up. All right, that's all I got. Is that all you got?
Yeah, Seth on Sunday, Candle in the Chaos coming out next week. Joe, please remind me to get a clip for you, and I'll get a clip for it. I keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah. We can
and apparently people are really enjoying the outtakes, which is ridiculous.
Let me tell you something, Lil, about this that I've learned along the way. Your audience loves to know, to see those things. They love to know, like, things that, like, so whenever people first found out my name was Joe, there was people that loved to be like, hey Joe, like everybody was calling me something else, and hi Joe, because they love to know those little things and see the behind the scenes and see what goes on.
Like Ember just said, she said outtakes are the best part of recorded vids, and there's something that since I've been on YouTube, and I've literally been watching YouTube like since it started, I have always loved the outtake videos. That's why I'm like, we have to do outtake videos. I'm usually
my whole stream is an outtake.
Yes. But I mean, those are really the only recorded videos I do. Most of the ones I do are live streams, just because it's a lot easier for me to just bounce off somebody as opposed to doing it by myself. But I will. I'm going to. Also, I guess just for updates, I might be trying to do. If there's a big political story, I might try to do like a political hot take on my channel, because I really need to get better at doing it by myself. So if you have any tips, please send me a message on Discord and let me know. I would greatly appreciate it.
All right.
Actually, if you don't mind, real quick, let me grab a oh, hang on. Hang on. Dang it. Sorry, my mouse is being stupid.
Hey, Al, good to see you.
I need to get a new one. Here we go. Okay, and in case you want to join my Discord, which I'm not, it's not super active at the moment because it's really small, but there is the link to my Discord.
Send me a link to your Discord in Discord later, Lil, and I will add it to the bot so it posts it during the stream, so that people have your socials and stuff when we're streaming. That way you don't have to go find it and do it while we're send that. There it is. All right. So we'll close out with Ember today, since we didn't play that earlier. I was late and messed everything
Ember is by the way, these flags are fucking awesome. Before you play it, the promo code LIL will get you $1 off these stickers, and like these stickers are like this size. Like they're big. They're sizable. And then the full size flags is TKA is the code for that. She also has shirts, a dress, and hoodies now on those, which I am so getting a hoodie like as soon as I possibly can. And I might do a crafting stream on that, just FYI, because I like zip up hoodies, so I'll probably get one of those and then just make it a zip up hoodie on a crafting stream.
There will be t-shirts for the art protest in the next couple days.
I'll sign those too.
Yeah, I will be selling those in my merch store, which is linked somewhere. It's in the description for sure. But those will be sold at zero profit. They'll be sold at cost. if you want to buy a shirt, you're buying a shirt. But if you want to support the protest, donate with the link that's going through chat. There's no money made off of those. I just sell those to do it. But anyway, here's Ember. Bye, everyone.
In 2024, NASA researcher Rachel Lenz gave the world a flag made from NASA images for Pride Month. On January 20th, 2025, the incoming U.S. administration ordered that Artistic Union of Science and Civil Rights deleted. So I tracked down the original images it was made from, recreated it, and then added even more wonders of the cosmos to update the flag to the current, more inclusive form. On the anniversary of the inauguration, I released it. And it went viral several times. Now you can get a physical copy of that artwork as a full-sized flag or a large sticker, as well as space artworks of the other Pride flags: lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, ace, and new flags being added all the time. Get one for yourself or give them as gifts, and celebrate Pride, celebrate science, celebrate resistance, and help support a creator fighting for human rights for all humans. Head to astralpride.com and use code LIL